great day, Houston. The first African-American female millionaire in America was hairdresser and entrepreneur Madam C.J. Walker. For centuries, cosmetology has allowed people to make a living. Over the last several years, high school students could graduate into a career with a cosmetology license in Texas, but the Texas Education Agency proposed a plan to eliminate cosmetology programs in high schools. Our next guests say that would cut out opportunity for so many students who are not college-bound. You just saw Michael Kemper with D-Vine Salon and Spa. He's joined by Jemison Jr. and Brea Jemison Green with Franklin Barber Beauty Institute. Good morning.
Hi,
All
Deborah.
right. Let me first say, you have a long history. Hairstyling, this whole industry is in your DNA. Your grandmother was trained by?
Actually, my great-grandmother was trained by Madam C.J. Walker as well.
Wow.
Yes.
And your great-grandmother would actually go door to door selling hair care products.
That's right.
And, yeah.
That's right. Back in the day, 1915, when she started, that was how she started the business. She just got on horse and buggy, went around to the neighboring houses and taught some young people how to do some hair.
Yeah, and no matter what economic time we are in, Michael, vanity always sells, doesn't
Always,
it?
always.
Right?
Well, you know, the children may not get fed, but the hair, the hair and the makeup will be on.
The rent might not be paid,
Yes,
but you're going to look good trying to pay it.
That's
right?
it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why did you decide to go in the cosmetology business?
I was lucky that I wanted to be a hairdresser as a young man, and just fell in love with it and the creative side of it.
Right.
So I was very lucky to know that. I was also blessed that my parents felt I should have a college education. So I did struggle through. Let's make it very clear.
You were one of those kids like so many who deal with ADHD, dyslexia, all those types of things, right?
I'm dyslexic, I'm ADD, I was a C student, I struggled so to get through school. I'm visual. That was part of wanting to be the hairdresser. It's visual and it's creative. And of course, all of that wonderful that you and I have done through the years of the makeovers is seeing someone become beautiful in their eyes.
Yeah, yeah. All right. A lot of folks, I mentioned earlier, are not college bound.
Right.
And what you've been able to do at the Institute is help people literally graduate into a job.
That's right. That's right. Over 100 years, our family has been involved in the education portion of it, the training of cosmetology and barbering, and we've seen so many stories. Just like Mr. Kemper here, we've seen thousands of stories like that, where you take an individual that might not be college material or just don't like going to class for that type of things.
Yeah.
The focus is not there, or they're visual, like Mike said.
Or they're not finding their major there, what they want to major in doing hair.
That's
right?
a whole first year wasted right there with that. So you get them into cosmetology, and if they're taking cosmetology in high school, what a wonderful opportunity. So a lot of people were saying, why are you going on the show talking about cosmetology in high schools? You have a school. I said, well, it will still benefit me, because basically I'm looking for the opportunity for the person to get a career.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what we're in business to do, provide a career so they can have a lifestyle and a healthy lifestyle and still make people feel good.
Speaking of business, Brea, you went to college.
Yes, I did.
Majored in business?
Yes, ma'am, at the University of Houston, but I did decide to choose, the hairstylist route because it was what I was more comfortable with, what I felt like would benefit me more in the long run.
Yeah, well, the great thing here is, too, is that somebody may choose it as a career out of high school, or they may use it to get through college, because you did a little hair in college, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and it definitely helped along the way. Actually, my first year, I went to Texas State as well, my freshman year. I worked at Taco Bell for like 3 months, and I knew it was not for me, and I was like, I could make more money doing hair.
Absolutely.
Rather than making $200 a week.
But unfortunately, a lot of kids who can't go off to college or a trade school come out of high school and they'll work the minimum wage jobs.
Right.
And now the Texas the education agency was saying the reason why we don't really have these in schools anymore is because they're only making about $35,000 a year on average.
And Deborah, that is just unbelievable. I don't know anyone that comes out of high school even today and makes $17 an hour. $17 an hour, 40 hours a week is $34,000
It doesn't mean you have to stop there.
No, but as you have said, how wonderful that if you get out of high school, you have this opportunity to immediately make a living that can put you through college, or you can do like we did. I mean, as you say, I've had a wonderful ride, a wonderful life being a hairdresser.
Well, I love Farouk Shami, who went to, you're looking at D-Vine Spa right there, beautiful salon. Farouk Shami, who went to college, got his degree, University of Arkansas, actually went to college with Bill Clinton, got his degree, and he was going to teach English as a second language. I don't know what that pays, but today he makes $3 billion a year.
Absolutely.
But you have like, Paul Mitchells of the world. You have
mean, as you said, it made me a millionaire.
Yeah, Josiah Bear made you a millionaire.
And people just don't realize, again, several things you're taking away. Yeah. This child in high school, this is their opportunity to feel good and understand and get through school if they're dyslexic, like I am. Yeah. That makes them feel great. And then they have the opportunity to do other things if they want to take from that career and make a part-time or full-time living to move forward.
Well, I have a friend who lost her job in the oil industry.
Yes.
Had her license, but lost her job in the oil industry when they had all those layoffs.
That's right.
And she said, well, I guess I'll just do some hair. I'm going to slap some oil on the hair and do right. But she goes, you know what? She said, I can't believe all this time I kind of ignored that license that I got. She goes, this is my greatest joy. Yes. My job was my job. It was great and it paid well, but this is my joy.
I'm so
Absolutely.
Glad she said that.
And again, the idea that the money is there, and to think that this child's not worth that investment. I'll guarantee for what a lawyer costs to go to school, they don't make equal the first 5 years they get out.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing is that you deal with a lot of students who are economically disadvantaged.
That's correct.
And when we say, no, you should go on to college, that is such a, that's a whole other industry, is getting your paperwork done to get your child into college, right?
That's a whole lesson as well.
It's crazy.
Sure.
But there are a lot of families that college is not even in their mind at all.
Yeah, it's culture. I mean, it's home-based as well.
Yeah,
you know, it's what you see at home.
They don't understand that process. So to be able to, at 17, 18, whatever, to be able to say, okay, we can figure that out a little bit later, but right now I got to hit the ground running.
That's right. I mean, to get a career at such an early age is such a great start in the Houston and the city, you know, as we live in. But you know, we have a lot of veterans that come to us as well. You know, we got people with challenges that they come back from doing their tours or whatever they do with enlisting and protecting us, and they come back, and it's amazing to put them in barbering and to see them become entrepreneurs and to believe in themselves.
That's a big point. And Brea, you know, getting your business major, of course, what you see is not only somebody working for somebody else, but they can work for themselves.
Yes.
Exactly. I feel like that was a very a beneficial thing for me too, because I feel like our society makes it seem like, oh, once you get out of high school, you have to go to college. So everybody's, you know, so caught up on, oh, I gotta go to college, when really you can work for yourself. Like, this provides the opportunity for you to work for yourself.
Well, a lot of times in education, we teach people to get jobs. We don't teach them to create jobs.
Exactly.
And you put people to work. You have put people to work.
Yes.
Forever. I was very blessed. And to go back to the financial, Deborah, I want to say that here, if you have this challenged family and this challenged child financially, that they can go through the high school and get this possibility if they wait and come out. And no disrespect, I went to a beauty school and I had to pay. So here, this child who doesn't have the opportunity gets this within our educational system, which I think we owe our children.
Again, hit the ground running.
Or they can get out of school and pay anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 and be in debt. We didn't help that family or that child, making them taking the education out of high school. We didn't help.
Okay, so what can we do if we believe that this is something that should stay in school? Which, by the way, I think what America is feeling right now is we got rid of a lot of the trades in school. There used to be metal shop. Remember, there used to be, you know, all kinds of and you know, auto mechanics, things that kids could graduate right into a career. And a lot of them will say, who own these shops now? Yeah, started in high school. Got my interest in high school. Was trained in high school.
Well, it starts with things like this, and we appreciate you for having us on the show to talk about it.
I need to make sure my hair can be done.
Exactly, and I think everybody does.
Because a machine will not replace us.
No,
I mean, it can replace. You may shop for a car online, and you may do for other things, but the machine is not going to replace the three of us.
Well, you can order your hair online, but you got to have somebody put it together for you. I'm just saying.
I love it.
Somebody's got to put it together. But yeah, it starts with things like this, education.
The community has to get more involved. We have to go to our senators, our state reps, and things of that nature, and talk about the testimonies that we have. This is a beginning, you know, but having us on the show to talk about our experiences and how we've been blessed to go out and make people beautiful and feel beautiful every day, and to give people careers to support themselves and have a family, buy these houses that Houston is building so much of. You know, those are so important. So I think that if we get involved, we call our senators, we call the schools and talk to them, and actually just get our stories out, how it has changed their lives.
Yeah, well, I remember one young girl who said, $35,000 a year is $35,000 more dollars than my family had because
Wow.
they were on government assistance. They were
Yes.
challenged. Their family was challenged. Her mother could not work because of physical issues. And she goes, if I can bring in $35,000 a year as my start,
As
she goes,
a
and she goes, and
base,
trust me,
yes.
I'm motivated to do more than that.
That's
and she
right.
can do more than
That's
that.
right.
Yes,
That's
So
right.
at least
not
give them the opportunity.
Everybody in every profession is motivated.
Yeah.
You have to be motivated.
In everything.
In
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. All right. Thank
Sky's
you
the limit.
very, very much.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
And for more information on Michael Kemper with D-Vine Salon and Spa, and Ron and Brea Jemison with Franklin Barber and Beauty Institute, we have a link on Great Day Houston. You know, I was starting to think maybe I should get my license and I go do some stuff.
Let's do it.